Hi everyone, and welcome to our first module. The objective of this module is really just to get the compiler installed, to learn how to navigate your way around the compiler, to install the source code that comes with your textbook that you'll be using for this class, and just kind of familiarize yourself with Visual Basic. So let me just talk about a few things. This is the video that you're watching right now. Every module has a module at a glance document, and as you can see in here, it just starts with a brief overview of what we'll be covering. Then it has the learning outcomes for this course, and the learning outcomes for the module. And then it kind of explains how you'll meet those learning outcomes. All right, so here you will, the next thing that you'll need to do is install the software and download the student files from this course. So in this folder, you'll see instructions on how to install Visual Studio 2019 Community Edition, how to download the textbook source code, and there's a video that's going to assist you with using the compiler. So let's go into this folder. And there's a document here that will show you how to install Visual Studio. And I'm just going to let you know here, some people are taking CPS 130 this semester at the same time as this course. I am using Visual Studio for CPS 130 this semester. So if you install it here, you can use it for CPS 130. If you've already installed it in CPS 130, then you can just use it here. It only needs to be installed the one time and could be used for both courses. So this link right here will download the following document, and you'll see a link to where to download this. Make sure you choose the community edition. That is the free edition. And then it just says once the executable is downloaded, then you can, open that up to install it. And then when you get to this screen, you have to actually check. You'll see check boxes here, here, here. You have to check those. So make sure that you do that or it's not going to work. And then once it's installed, you'll be prompted to restart your computer. Look for the Visual Studio that has a purple, like an infinity symbol on it. Start Visual Studio. It will take a very long time, so you have to be patient. Don't think that this is going to be a quick process. You will be prompted to sign in with a Microsoft account, so if you have a Windows computer, right, you should have a Microsoft account. And just sign in with that information. If you don't, you can sign up for one during this process, or if you don't remember what it is. But if you don't do this, 30 days from now, you'll no longer be able to access Visual Studio. So very important. These are the steps to download the textbook source code. You have to do that for this class. This class is a little different than some of the other computer courses where you guys are used to interactive textbooks like maybe a Zybook or Revel. This is a textbook. It's a very, very good textbook, but it has a lot of examples and you can open them up and you can run them, and it's important that you're able to do that. So follow these steps and you will download the files for the first 4 chapters, and when we get further on you can do the ones for later chapters, but this will help you get started. And then I have a video here that you should watch. It talks about opening a new Visual Basic project. There's lots of files inside of a project. It's not as, if you're used to Dev C++ where you just click on your source file and boom, it opens up. That does not happen here. So this is a more complex project, so make sure you watch this. Also, it shows how to open existing projects, which will be important when you're using the textbook source code, and also it talks a little bit about the environment setup, because we are creating graphical user interfaces. There's design windows, there's code windows, and there's really a lot going on in, you know, your Solution Explorer, where your project is, your properties window. There's a lot of information here, so make sure that you watch this video, and you may have to refer back to it. Okay, and then we'll move on to lectures, right? And all of the learning modules will have a lecture folder in them, and they're going to kind of follow the same process. So this is just, you know, an item that is just telling you some information, right? If you click on this, there's really, you know, you click on this, there's nothing here. It's just showing you right here, just some textual information. So read the appropriate section in the textbook, read any pages, watch any videos associated with that section. So here it says, starting out with Visual Basic, Chapter 1, Sections 1 through 4. So the first thing here is really this link just contains a PDF of the textbook, Chapter 1, Sections 2 through 4. I don't know, I think there's a little over 15 pages here, and there is like a watermark on it that says copyright, but I know that it might take people a little while to get the book. So this gives you the section of the textbook you will need for Chapter 1, so Module 1, sorry. So you can complete Module 1 without having access to the textbook. So that gives you that. Now here's how we work through this. 1.1, computer systems. Now see, when I click on that, nothing happens because it's just information, right? So this is just talks about, you know, Section 1. You could feel free to review that if you're interested. Now 1.2, this means you should read 1.2 in the textbook, and then you should come back and view this video. That's how the course works. If you were in a classroom, we would be in the classroom 3 hours per week, and then we would have to do things, you know, work outside of class, like assignments or projects or whatever the case might be. I really found last semester, maybe in my CPS 120 class, some people are just not putting enough time in on the content. You can't just jump to the assignments and try and complete the project without going through the content of the course. It's an online course, so you need to read the book. That's what you need to do in order to learn the information. If you don't do that, you won't learn the information and you won't be able to do the project. So just be aware of that. All right, 1.3 through 1.5. So read section 1.3. 1.5 I didn't put in there, but this is just me kind of touring through the compiler. This talks about control naming conventions, so important that you do that correctly. A little review on what's an algorithm. In section 1.4, again, you can read the textbook, then watch this video. And that's how that works in every module. So put the time in and read the textbook, or honestly, you're just not going to be successful, and I'd like you to be successful. Okay, we've got a discussion here, basically everyone introducing themselves. This is just some general discussion information, but you can read this when you're ready to participate. You just click on this link right here. It will bring you to the discussion and choose Create Thread. And here's a video on how to participate in a discussion if you've never done that before. I do also have a rubric, and if you go to My Grades, you'll see with the discussion right here, you could choose View Rubric, and this shows you how your discussions are graded. Okay. I don't know if that's going to bring, oh, there it did bring me back. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Assignments. Every module is going to have an assignment, and basically it's questions from the chapter to ensure that you read the chapter. So there'll be multiple choice, true, false, matching type questions. It's set up like a quiz, but you have 2 attempts. So after you do it, you can, as it says, click on the OK button in the lower right corner. It'll bring you back. You could see what you got right and wrong, and you could take it again, and then I will take the highest grade. And that's how the assignments work here. and then our very first project. And as I said, the objective of this project is to make sure you have the compiler installed, that you have the source files from the textbook installed, that you know how to access them, open them, save them, zip them, and send them to me. So that's basically what's involved with project 1. If you have any questions, right, send me an email. That's what you can do if you need help. And that is the first module. Please don't try to, just jump around and do as little work as possible. You're not going to be able to be successful in a programming course if you don't understand the material in chapter 1. When you move to chapter 2, you start to get lost. Then when you move to chapter 3, you're really lost. And this class moves quickly, and you need to know all the information from chapter 1 to move on to chapter 2. So make sure that you're doing all of the work if you'd like to be successful, okay? And I think that's it. Just, before you're even working in this module, you should have completed all the course information documents. So if you haven't done that at this point, make sure you do so. Okay, any questions? Send me an email.